commercial or residential. And when it comes to storm damage, you want Fleming on your side. They know all the ins and outs of insurance claims and will guide you through the entire process. Log on FlemingHSV.com and book your free estimate today. Fleming Roofing and Restoration. We show up.
AL cert number 21014.
Are those high utility bills driving you crazy this time of year? If they are, Talent Heating and Air has the special for you.
That's right. We're going to run a $49 spring checkup on your system. We're going to come out, we're going to check those heat kits, make sure that everything was working through the winter right, and then we're going to also make sure your Freon's good, make sure that you're ready for the summertime.
How important is that to be done this time of year?
It's really the most important time of the year. We can avoid safety concerns caused by wintertime use, and then we can also make sure that you're ready for the summertime.
And to get ready for the summertime, you just got to call
256-503-4490.
Or you can find them online at
talenthvac.com.
That's Talent Heating and Air. One more time,
256-503-4490.
Talent Heating and Air. Let them save you money.
Hey folks, Bob Baumhauer here. We're extremely proud that Baumhauer's Victory Grill has been serving Alabama for 43 legendary years. Our motto is legendary fun, legendary food, and we strive to make every dining experience a special one for all of our guests. Our menu features delicious, always fresh and scratch-made in-house recipes. And of course, our award-winning wings and sauces. And don't forget, our happy hour and halftime daily specials cannot be beat. Baumhauer's Victory Grill. Legendary fun, legendary food.
This hour is brought to you by Woody Anderson Ford, Alabama's F-150 Superstore. Welcome to The Drive with Wes Neighbors and Steve Moulton. Call into the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline, 256-576-4977.
That's how I roll. And I'm not going to drink and drive anymore.
That's 256-576-4977. Now, here's Wes and Steve.
Well, I feel like we've done this before. Earlier today. Oh, wait, we did.
We had a nap, though.
How you doing, Judy Armand?
Good. Naps are underrated.
Oh, my gosh. Naps are great. Naps are wonderful.
Of course, everybody understands that with me doing the morning show for years. But, yeah, naps. And, I mean, it's hard to believe, man. I think we just...
All right. By the way, our leading story is naps are great. I love this show already.
Well, when you talk about Texas A&M's new athletic director, I mean,
oh boy.
That's one of the things we're going to be talking about.
Trev Alberts is the new athletic director for Gig'em Country.
That's what it looks like, yeah.
The Nebraska-bred
player.
I mean,
administrator.
That is just bananas to me.
Yeah, that's not one I would have seen coming, like an obvious, like Texas A&M going to hire Trev Alberts. But it just goes to show you, he was at his alma mater, but they're trying to fix the football program. Yeah. But it makes me wonder, about Matt Rule, not his long-term
whether
future,
or not
but
that was his boy or not. Or?
It makes me wonder if Matt Rule has an eye on getting back to the NFL if he turns it around in Nebraska. Because if he gets another chance, so it makes me.
You mean A&M?
No, I'm talking about Matt Rule. That's in Nebraska.
Yeah. Okay. I had my mind on Trev Alberts.
Yeah, I'm just talking
Matt
about
Rule.
Trev. The first thing you do is you try to take care of your coaches, and he was there when they hired Matt Rule. So you would think he would that would be his guy, and you would think that they would be trying to ensure that he stays long term. But is it long term? Does Matt Rule have an eye on maybe going back to the NFL? I mean, it just they're going into this season anyway. Fred Hoiberg, he was considered on the hot seat, and Hoiberg had been around. He'd been around several years.
It feels like he's been on the hot seat for the last decade.
But
no matter where he's been.
But I will say this with Hoiberg, he was not hired by Trev. Trev hasn't been in there that long. Hoiberg's been there for a few years, but that move might have to be made at some point. So it's interesting. I guess I still consider the Nebraska Athletic Department in a state of flux, in a way, trying to gain traction and stabilize themselves in the Big Ten. And now the Big Ten's even tougher with, all the additions. And I will say this, I do know that Texas A&M and Texas have unlimited resources, and Trev Alberts will have that at his disposal at Texas A&M. And
they made that abundantly clear during the Jimbo tenure.
Oh, well, I mean, what the money they've spent to hire Buzz Williams, because I know he was at Virginia Tech, but still, he was making really good money.
Yeah.
Schlossnagle, he's one of the highest-paid college baseball coaches in the country.
That's
now.
right, yeah.
Trev will be coming in, and he didn't hire any of these people. And he didn't hire the new football coach, so that's what's going to kind of be fascinating.
Wonder what Mike Elko's thinking.
Yeah, I mean, they hired Elko. They won't be as patient with Elko as they were Jimbo, to me. I think he's going to have to win right away, so we will see.
Spotting the mayor of Huntsville in the house. As you can tell, we're not in studio.
No,
I have yet to really fully set up this after we riveted you right out of the gate with our love of naps.
Yeah.
As we are inside.
We're doing double duty here.
Oh, yeah. We have earned that nap earlier today.
We did.
But we are inside the VBC.
Already
Women,
2 games down today.
That's right. Women took center stage earlier. The top seeded men are coming out as we speak. And Sam Houston, they used to be Sam Houston State.
So it's Sam Houston.
So it's Sam Houston we could call him Sammy if we know him really well, I guess. But Sam Houston State taking on FIU, as FIU downed Jack State last night. It's going to be a quick turnaround for them. I was here for that game last night. And at one point, Jack State had an 11-point lead in the first half. They had a 9-point lead in the second half. But good defense by FIU. And despite that, I say good defense, but if you go and double-check the box score, you're going to say 51% is what Jack State shot from the floor. How is that good defense? Because they were limiting them to one and done.
Right, rebounding.
They owned the glass.
Right.
And that was a big reason. That and also some timely three-pointers that were made late in the second half as well. That's why FIU, I told you yesterday that Jack State had beaten Sam Houston. Well, so has FIU. So this is an intriguing bracket. As Drew mentioned, there was already 2 women's games earlier today. Yep. The top seed on the women's side, and that would be Middle Tennessee State University. They are through to the next round, and the way the bracket is, Middle doesn't play till Friday.
Yeah.
So they're done. But this is an interesting opportunity here now for FIU. If they win here today, then they get a day off, and they don't play until Friday on the men's side. So we'll see what transpires coming up. The late game going on here tonight is Middle Tennessee State, or just Middle Tennessee.
It's Middle Tennessee, yeah.
We're getting rid of states all over the place.
Right.
Middle Tennessee takes on Louisiana Tech later on tonight, and that will wrap up the night session here for what is kind of the full first day of this tournament. And this is a 2-year deal with an option for a 3rd year with the Conference USA and the Huntsville Sports Commission. So nice to know that we're going to get the Conference USA tournament back next year. The commissioner was on earlier today during the Tom Abraham show, and I can't imagine she's got a lot on her plate with all what is encompassing being a commissioner in a group of 5 right now, and all the movement, especially among these schools. I mean, if you think about Western Kentucky, UTEP, Sam Houston, New Mexico State, Middle, Liberty, Louisiana Tech, Jack State, and FIU, that's spread out pretty good.
It really is, and I was just looking at the small world after all of coaching, though, and we're watching the Sam Houston Bearcats warm up, and they're the regular season champ. Correct. They're the 1 seed, Sam Houston. They're going to take on the Florida International University Panthers, and the interesting part is their head coach, Chris Mudge, is in his first year. He was the associate head coach and was elevated to head coach when Jason Hooten left to go to New Mexico State, who is now in this league. And Hooten had been the head coach at Sam Houston for 13 years. Chris Mudge has taken over. But Chris Mudge worked for Rick Barnes at Texas.
Wow.
So there's a lot of connections around, college basketball. Of course, we are going to be bringing you the SEC tournament tonight as it gets underway.
That's right. We're walking you up to that.
Rick Barnes is the #1 seed in the SEC tournament.
That's right.
That now Chris Mudge in his first year is #1 seed here for Sam Houston in the Conference USA tournament. But unlike Rick, who's already in the dance no matter what, Chris Mudge and Sam Houston, they're going to have to win. They got some nice-looking players. They got some big guys out here and warming up, and so it's going to be an interesting matchup with FIU.
Let's Liberty plays tomorrow against UTEP.
Yes.
And this is a bit of a homecoming of sorts for one Brody Peebles from Hartselle, from Liberty, and he is kind enough to join us. I imagine you are in North Alabama, Brody, I'm guessing. How are you, sir?
Good. And yes, sir, we got here this afternoon, so it's good. So it's good to be back in Alabama.
Well, tell me, this has got to be, how many people are going to be coming tomorrow?
How many tickets did you need, brother?
How many tickets did you need, Brody?
I tried to just get, the immediate family, and but so I got a few of those, and then I'm sure, only being about 30 minutes from home, I have some, friends from high school or teachers or kids that go to Hartselle. So, yeah, man, it's awesome to be back and hopefully get to see, a lot of familiar faces.
Yeah, we're looking forward to that. I know Farron Key will be around here somewhere. I'm at least pretty much guaranteeing that. Your old high school coach, because I know they've been following your career closely. We have. You've had a really good year this year. We had D-Rock, Derek Johnston on the show this morning. He was talking about your development and how you've really settled in. And you guys have settled into Conference USA. You continue to move up the ladder as a program. You guys are one of the better group of 5 programs in the country. But talk about the season you guys have had, Brody.
Yeah, I think, started off and, we had a really tough non-conference. Like you were saying, kind of those mid-majors teams played a really good, Grand Canyon team, played a really good Furman team and some good mid-majors like that. And I think it, helped us get ready for Conference USA. And, Conference USA is a really good conference. Coming from the A-Sun, it's a little more athletic, bigger maybe. So, we had to adjust and, but yeah, just trying to find our stride and, trying to, play our best basketball by the time it comes for, the conference tournament.
Talking to Brody Peebles right now, a junior at Liberty. So tell me about the growth and where do you feel like your game has grown the most, Brody?
Yeah, I would say defensively has always been a thing, trying to learn and grow in that. I think, Liberty and, Coach McKay is a defensive-minded coach. So, even though, being, coming out of high school, more of an offensive player, having to learn, the pack line system and having to learn how Liberty plays. So I think that's something that's developed a lot. And then offensively, being able to, take care of the ball, make plays for my teammates and play smart basketball and then, take open shots when I get them. And, when they run me off the three-point line, being able to try to make a play after that. So I think it's just, a lot of it comes with playing a little more and comes with, maturing and developing and getting older. So I would say a combination, of all those things.
Yeah, it is crazy how the years fly. I can't believe you're already a junior.
Yeah.
I mean, this is crazy. But I followed your career at Hartselle. You're one of the greatest players to ever come out of that program, and I know it's been a process for you, and you've worked hard. What's been the biggest aspect of your game? I know you talked about defensively, but you were always a great offensive player. But you got to kind of figure out, especially in a league, as you said, that's more athletic than in the Conference USA than the A-Sun. For yourself as a player, what was your biggest adjustment offensively in this new league?
Yeah, I would say you have to, there's more shot blockers at the rim and more stuff at the rim. So I think being able to, be patient, play off 2 feet and use fakes and pivots is something, that I kind of learned. Because when you have, have trees down there, it can be tough if you're, playing off 1 foot, especially if you're not as athletic or a little bit smaller like I am. So I think, being able to play off 2 feet and be able to make decisions, and have a little more time, when you're playing on 2 feet. So I would say being able to do that and to utilize that more.
You have a favorite moment so far of your collegiate career, Brody?
Ooh. That's a good one. There's been a few. I think a cool one, I get to play at the University of Alabama last year was really cool. Just growing up, Alabama fan, basketball and football. So, and we lost unfortunately, but I think that was a really cool moment. Kind of a full circle moment going to Alabama games growing up, and then getting to play there was really cool.
Well, I brought that up to Derek Johnston earlier today. He didn't really want to talk about that Alabama game too much, Brody.
Right.
But he did mention about the non-conference schedule being a good learning tool heading into conference play. How much did that tough non-conference schedule prepare you for the Conference USA rigors?
Yeah, right. I think it's huge, going into a better conference and better competition, having those tests early, win or lose, you gain experience from those, and teams play a lot of different ways, so you might gain an aspect or see something from your team that you can grow from or get better at. So I think having those collective experiences kind of helps as you get along further in the season. You can maybe look back and you can see those things that you've picked up on and learned throughout the non-conference.
Well, yeah, I know your freshman year you guys went to the dance, and that's a great experience, and you're trying to get back, and this time you're playing an even bigger role. You're a double-digit scorer. You guys have 4 double-digit scores on your squad.
And double-digit minutes.
Yeah, exactly. You're fourth on the team in minutes played. You're definitely carved out a niche for yourself. I mean, what is your team going to have to do in your mind to win this tournament? Because we know it's a one-bid league. We were in one in the A-Sun, but it's all about how you're playing now, and the schedule you played should help you guys in this tournament.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. I think, maybe not our conference finishing, didn't start great off in conference play, but, when you get to the conference tournament, everybody's 0-0. So if you're playing your best basketball then, that's what matters. And I think for us is being who we are, I think, and, what coach has kind of told us is, we have enough. We don't have to do anything spectacular or get outside of ourselves, but if we do, what we do every day offensively and defensively, and, have a belief that, that we can win, and have a belief and confidence in what we do. So I would say it's just that, a belief, and obviously you have to execute on the things that you do and the strengths, of your program. But yeah, I would say for us it's just a belief and, trying to execute those things that we do and work on every day.
Brody, give me a scouting report of a game that we're about to see right in front of us, and that is Sam Houston taking on FIU. I was really impressed with FIU and what they did in a come-from-behind win last night against Jack State. Size it up for me, Brody.
Yeah, I'd say FIU is plays a fun style of basketball, very, very up and down. I know Dean for them is, I want to say, leads the country in steals, and, they do a good job of getting out in transition, taking the ball from you and, forcing turnovers. And then Sam Houston has a fleet of really good guards. They're big, they're physical, they really guard hard. And so I think it's maybe 2 different kind of styles, but 2, really good teams. So it'll be interesting to see. But, yeah, they're both really good, and I'll definitely be keeping up, as the game goes on.
Are you a communications major? That was fantastic, Brody.
No. I would.
What is your major then, Brody?
I'm a business administration.
Business administration. So you want to go into the
communication skills are even good in that one there, young man. So
I appreciate it.
But UTEP is prone for turnovers, and as a guard, what do you have to do to guard against teams that get up in your kitchen, so to speak?
Yeah, I think that's kind of been, an emphasis of ours is you have to is being okay with the fact that, they play a certain way. So you might have a few more turnovers than you want to or usual. So not, getting too in your head about that or not letting it surprise you when those happen. But I think it's just being smart with how they, rotate off the ball and how much they might be up in you, but being able to move on when those turnovers happen. So I think being able to, take care of it, and then when those mistakes happen, being able to, move on to the next play.
And then for our listeners who are going to see you guys play, and then
tomorrow,
see Richie McKay, when you guys take the floor on Thursday, he's used to this. He's been preparing you guys each and every year. You're in the ASUN, but now it's a step up in Conference USA, but it's still a one bid league. How does he prepare you guys temperament-wise to be ready to play, but know that, it's win or go home? You got to advance to the next game.
Yeah, so that, that's the tough part is you want to, play freely and have that confidence, but also, you're aware that if you lose this game, you're not going to be able to go to the tournament, and you're not going to be able to, keep playing this year. So I think there's an urgency that goes on, and Coach has been telling us this quote, and it was just faith and urgency, and it's you have to have faith in who you are in Jesus, and who you are as a team, and then an urgency to do those things that you have to do, and they're urgent in the moment. So I think for us, it's that belief I was talking about, and then an urgency and awareness that, if we don't win, that, we won't keep playing. So I think combining those two and trusting each other.
It's a lot of pressure. And I mean, I say that to say, I know certain coaches put a lot of pressure on practice so the games are a bit easier. Tell me what it's like under the program there at Liberty, and how things are set up to build up for this March run, because as Drew's already mentioned a couple of times, you were already in a one-bid league. It is a pressure cooker, but in the end, you guys need to have fun out on the court, and fun, I would assume, is winning on the court in March.
Yeah, absolutely. Practice and those lead-up days are important, and I think when you have good days leading up, that it gives you that extra confidence and that extra belief. So I think that's what we've done this week, and, trying to, scout-wise and scout team-wise, trying to get a good look of, the opponent we're playing, and trying to have a good feel so you feel, confident going into the game and confident in what you're going to see. So I think all that kind of builds up, and, you have a belief and confidence that going into the game, you kind of seen, what might happen in the game.
So, Brody, I know we've already asked about tickets, but tell me, just cell phone-wise, do you turn off your notifications? I mean, do you just try to shut it down and get ready for this? Or tell me a little bit of your strategy getting ready for this one tomorrow, playing in the backyard of your hometown of Hartselle.
Yeah, absolutely. I think there's a lot of gratefulness and gratitude of being here, and I think you have to enjoy the moment of as when you're a little kid, you dream of moments like that, and, playing for a chance to go to March Madness, or playing, in front of people that you've known your whole life, or, people might come to the game. So I think being grateful for that, and then when it comes to the game, just being focused and, not letting those external factors and external things have too much of an impact. But, yeah, being grateful and appreciating the moment, but, not trying to get outside of myself.
So the Hartselle logo in particular, and the name, I'm telling you, it looks like the script A just moved out a little, but you're called the Tigers. And that threw me off when I first came up here, because it looked like Alabama, but you're called the Tigers. And it just, it's a very unique high school, and a lot of tradition there at Hartselle, and a lot of winning there at Hartselle.
Yeah, man, absolutely. I so fortunate to have gone to Hartselle, and yeah, we were saying we always, Joe, you got the best of both worlds. The Alabama and Auburn rivalry, having the red and white colors, the kind of script A almost logo, and then being the Tigers. So, Alabama and Auburn having a little bit with each of those. So.
Well, Brody, we're really excited to see you tomorrow, man. I can't wait. I'm going to be here watching Liberty, because I think you guys got a legit shot to win this thing and get to March Madness. You've developed really nicely in your career there. You were great, and really so fun to watch in high school, but we're very proud of what you've done, and I know you're going to be well represented tomorrow and throughout your guys' time here. But, I mean, we can't wait to see you on the floor, but we appreciate the time, man. I know you're still preparing for this huge game tomorrow, this huge test against UTEP, but we appreciate it, man, and keep climbing.
Yes, sir. I appreciate that, and thank y'all for having me, and thanks for those kind words. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Brody.
Appreciate it.
Best of luck to you tomorrow and the Liberty Flames.
Yes, sir. Thank y'all.
That is Brody Peebles, Junior.
Yeah. Junior already.
Liberty University.
Now with COVID, I don't know. He might still have a COVID year. I don't know.
When is it? Is next year the last year of the?
I guess. I don't, but he would be a senior.
So interesting little side note to that. Talking to the folks with the Havoc, that of course they recruit college players at this time of the year, and that extra year has thrown a monkey wrench into the recruitment of those players. And even Stuart Steffen, the head coach, he thought this year was the last year, but then Glenn DeTulio said, no. There's one more after the year, I think. So I'm going to yield to Glenn DeTulio.
Yeah.
And just
by the way, Steve, I have another year of eligibility.
Oh, do you really? That's important, Brian. That's important.
Yes.
I have to go as a redshirt freshman.
Well,
okay.
I'm listed as day-to-day, sometimes hour-to-hour. So hopefully I've got another year of eligibility as well.
Actually, I'm injured reserve. So.
Okay.
Let's go ahead and take a timeout. We'll open it up to your phone calls and get you set for the SEC basketball tournament as well. We're live inside the VBC, getting ready for the men's side, the top seed about to take the court.
You're listening to The Drive with Wes Neighbors and Steve Moulton on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
No payments for 90 days on 23 and 24 models. Financing as low as 0% and the best deals of the year on America's best-selling truck for 47 years in a row. Hi, folks. Bobby White back again for Woody Anderson Ford, and I'm here to tell you it's Truck Month. The best deals on F-150, Explorer, Bronco, Edge, Bronco Sport, and Escape. During Truck Month, get financing as low as 1.9% for up to 72 months on 2023 F-150 Crew Cabs, and lease payments as low as $375 a month. That's a 36-month lease with $62.82 due at signing, 0 security deposit, just tax tag title, and your good credit. Offer ends 4/2/24. Call 539-9441 for complete details. At Woody Anderson Ford, we have over 40 Bronco Sports and nearly 50 Explorers and about a dozen full-size Broncos, all with great sales incentives and no payment for 90 days. Truck Month only happens once a year. Woody Anderson Ford, hope to see you soon.
For 50 years, our mission, do the right thing and make long-term decisions. We value our customers, and we invest in supporting you. We use our own technologies to automate, to provide you the best support possible. And we have the strongest guarantees in the industry. I just can't tell you I'm going to provide you great support. I have to prove it to you with my actions.
Forgiveness. Wow, what a word. What a gift. All of us have done things in our lives that we regret. All of us have done things that are disobedient. All of us have sinned and fallen short of the glory of God. Thank God for his forgiveness. Thank God that he separates our sins as far as the east is from the west and remembers them no more. Hey, I'm John Dees, pastor of Cross Point Church, smack dab across the street from the YMCA in Madison. Check us out at cpcfamily.org.
You want the right specialist for your recovery. At SportsMed Orthopedic Surgery and Spine Center, we understand every body is different. Your muscles and bones are unique, as is your body. Our SportsMed specialists offer innovative treatments and minimally invasive procedures, allowing you to quickly return to the life you love. Locations in Huntsville, Madison, Athens, and Decatur, and on the web at sportsmedalabama.com. Improving performance, improving lives.
From heirloom diamonds to contemporary jewels, Loring & Company is the place to find something truly special. Whether shopping for a diamond ring for that once-in-a-lifetime occasion or marking a milestone birthday or personal achievement with a Rolex watch, you'll find just the thing in our edit of the world's most sought-after brands, including David Yurman, Roberto Coin, Marco Bicego, and Fopay. Expect a treasure trove of the world's most unique, even breathtaking earrings, rings, necklaces, and bracelets, making choosing just one piece a challenge in itself. Loring & Company Jewelers on Airport Road.
Tired of the same old menu options everywhere you go? Then you need to try Metro Diner in Huntsville and Madison. The award-winning Metro Diner serves up signature dishes like their Charleston shrimp and grits, famous fried chicken and waffles with strawberry butter, and lots more. Their entire menu is available anytime, breakfast, lunch, or dinner. And stop by for brunch on Saturday or Sunday and enjoy the lowest price mimosas in town. Airport Road, Huntsville, and Highway 72 in Madison. In diner or at home, make it Metro Diner. If you enjoy 97.7 ESPN The Zone for all the best in sports talk, you'll love Talk Radio WZZN on 97.7 HD2. Don't have an HD radio? No worries. Download the app by searching for Talk Radio WZZN on your phone or visit the website at Talk Radio WZZN. Talk Radio WZZN features the best in talk from Fox News Radio during the day, plus Bill O'Reilly and his No Spin News at 6. Your home of the Rocket City Trash Pandas is Talk Radio WZZN.
This segment of The Drive is brought to you by Woody Anderson Ford, located online at woodyAndersonFord.com with 2 locations, Hughes Road in Madison and Jordan Lane in Huntsville.
They are about to do introductions here for Sam Houston taking on FIU. So we're inside the VBC here this Wednesday afternoon. Conference USA's men's and women's basketball tournament is right here in the Rocket City, so come on by. There will be bids given out on Saturday. Unfortunately, I will not be here on Saturday.
I will hopefully be in Nashville.
Hopefully.
I'm hoping that the Tide will continue to try to, as Nick Pringle called it, the Get Back Tour. But you know, it's going to be tough. I mean, they've got to potentially beat Florida on Friday, but they'd be playing the second game on Saturday. So we'll see. It's going to be some outstanding quarterfinals, semifinals, and then you think about the top 4 teams. In my opinion, in this tournament, where we're about to have a game get underway here on the men's side, you've got Sam Houston, who's number 1. You got Louisiana Tech. You got Steve Luce over here from Western Kentucky. They've got a really good basketball team and a lot of tradition. And then Liberty. I think those 4, that's 4 really good teams.
They really
that
are.
You can watch in the Rocket City.
Only one team is cutting down the nets here and earning that ticket to the big dance.
And that means some high anxiety, high level basketball. That's what we were talking with Brody Peebles about. And you know, I expect half of Hartsville here. I really do.
Well, let's head down to lower Alabama, if you will, as Big C joins us on the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline. What do you say, Big C?
All right, Steve. Hey, Drew, is Wes in there, too?
No, sir. He decided to take the rest of the week off.
Oh, okay. So Drew's sitting in for him.
Yes, sir.
I'm the basketball guy, so I'm sitting in. What's up, Big C? How you doing?
All right. Well, I'm doing good. How about you, man? I'm glad to be able to talk to y'all.
Hey, we're good, Big C.
I didn't know y'all were, the city of Huntsville was hosting the Conference USA basketball tournament. That's real good there.
It really is. And honestly, this morning I have been filling in for Scott Tyson this week, Big C, and I think it was, yesterday morning I came in and downtown Huntsville and the Von Braun's all lit up. It looked like a D1 atmosphere in Huntsville, Alabama.
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
That's good. Maybe Mike can lock it in for several years in a row, like Nashville's done up there with the Bridgestone Arena.
Well, I will tell you this, that there is a potential, and it's not done yet, but a top 25 college basketball game could be coming to Huntsville this December, and it's 2 teams we know really well. And it would be gigantic, Drew. I mean, I don't know if you've heard the whispers that I've heard, but
I've heard the whispers. I haven't heard the matchup.
I have, and let me tell you, it perked my ears right up.
Right.
But I know they'd be a little angry if I went, just there. But anyway, Big C, you watching hoops?
How many people does the arena see?
A little over 6.
Yeah, it's a little over 6,000, Big C. There's not a bad seat in the house.
There really isn't.
I got friends from Arab, and they used to go to concerts at that place all the time.
Well, we've got Mars Music Hall as well that's attached to this building, and you wouldn't recognize downtown Huntsville right now, Big C.
Not at all.
So you got a lot of people in town. That's good.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
The Chamber of Commerce is very happy. I know that.
Well, we got the weather to boot as well for Chamber of Commerce as well. It's beautiful up here.
Now, what do y'all think about Alabama and Auburn this week up there in Nashville?
Well, Big C, don't shoot me, but I picked Auburn to win it. I think they're playing great basketball. I like their matchups. I definitely, if I've got Alabama beating Florida, I think they can on a neutral floor with Latrell Wrightsell back. We'll see. Nato said today that it will be a game-time decision. We'll see if Ryland Griffin plays, but they beat Florida without Wrightsell, but but I will say I'd like them to have Griffin, but since they won without Wrightsell, I think they can win without Griffin. Now, winning the whole tournament without Ryland would be a difficult chore, and then they potentially may have to play Kentucky, who would be I think going to play Texas A&M the day before. Now that's a dangerous game because A&M's capable, but I've got Auburn beating Tennessee in the semifinals and then beating Kentucky in the championship game. But I've got Alabama as a 4 seed. That's pretty much what they're locked into right now. And would it surprise me if Alabama got to Sunday? No, but I just think the draw is very, very difficult because of how well Kentucky is playing.
Well, I know one thing. Kentucky's really been playing well lately.
They really have.
Oh, yeah. Not too many people can go into Thompson Bowling or whatever they're calling it this week and come out with a win.
Yeah, and then to win at Auburn at Neville Arena, which is one of the toughest places. But I really like the way Auburn's playing right now. If they shoot it the way they're shooting it, like FIU's shooting it, then I think right now
6-2 start for FIU over Sam Houston.
Then I think Auburn, if they get good guard play, they got a shot because they've got the best 1-2 punch inside in the league, in my opinion, in Jonai Broome and Jalen Williams.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see. Now, who's playing at 6 o'clock tonight?
That would be Vanderbilt and Arkansas squaring off at 6, and that'll be followed by Missouri and Georgia coming up tonight, Big C.
All right, I want to ask y'all a question. Somebody said that this has happened before, but Missouri, if they get knocked off, they'll go 0-19 for the league for the year.
Yeah.
Has anybody been winless in conference play in the history of SEC basketball, as far as y'all know, or do you know?
I immediately knee-jerk. There have been a lot of...
Like Steve's boys, Alabama saved Georgia.
I was about to say there was a lot of bad Georgia teams that went vying for winless, but I can't think of an 0-19.
I haven't remembered one that went over in the SEC.
Yeah. Not that we can think of, see.
I thought they had a shot at they started out real well against LSU, but finally they couldn't. Finally got over. They overcame LSU overcame them and beat them.
They were able to snatch defeat from the jaws of victory.
Yeah,
that's a good way of putting it. But now I just wanted to holler at y'all. I hadn't hollered at y'all lately. Just wanted to say hello and see what was going on.
Well, I really appreciate it, Big C, and don't be a stranger, sir.
We'll call back. We'll try to remember to call you back this time next week.
Yeah, spring football will be back on, Big C. We got to talk about it.
Oh, yeah, I'm ready for it. It's going to be interesting.
Thank you, Big C.
We'll talk to y'all later. Y'all have a great day.
Thank you.
Thank you, Big C.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
That is the one and only Big C helping break down the SEC basketball tournament. Tennessee, Kentucky, Bama, and Auburn do not play until Friday. And Friday looks to be fantastic. If you're a hoop head, Friday in Nashville, I mean, just find a couch, park yourself somewhere. I hate that I'm going to be in Fort Lauderdale. It's probably going to be gorgeous outside, and all I'm going to want to do is watch basketball.
Well, I'll know you'll be there with me in spirit. I'm looking forward to being there.
Yes.
I know that.
Especially if we get, let's see here, I'm going to say Tennessee, LSU. I'm going to think Tennessee, LSU.
So you're saying LSU's going to knock off Mississippi State?
I am.
Okay.
In Auburn, South Carolina. That'll be followed by, boy, can I please, basketball gods, can I get Texas A&M and Kentucky?
I think you will.
I really want A&M and Kentucky. That's a really good matchup for A&M.
I think it is. I think Kentucky will win it, but I think it'll be a really good basketball game. It's a sneaky game. I said to me, A&M's my sleeper in that bracket where they could do some damage.
And potentially Florida and Bama to close out Friday night.
That'll be an outstanding game. Both teams are really good. It's just going to be the health of Alabama. NATO saying today Latrell Wrightsl's 95%, looked good in practice. Nick Pringle's practicing well. They need his mind right. And then, they, as he said, Ryland Griffin likely a game-time decision. So we will see. But, you know, I think they need Ryland to go on a deep run, but you also want to have him for March as far as the big tournament.
Yes.
If there's any hesitancy, I would say rest him and get some other guys some minutes to maybe get their confidence up. And the thing about it is it'd probably be a guy like Mohamed Diobate who might get a few more minutes off the bench, who can defend and rebound. Not the offensive guy that double-digit scorer that Ryland Griffin is, but somebody that can still play a role and give you some physicality.
So if there's one matchup I personally want to see, Saturday, high noon, Tennessee-Auburn.
Yeah, that would be tremendous.
Can I please get Tennessee-Auburn Saturday at high noon?
And then Alabama-Kentucky, potentially.
Or Alabama-Texas A&M.
Yeah, that would be, Alabama-Kentucky, that might be 122 to 118 in regulation.
So I did like the way Dan Bradshaw was a guest with us on Monday. He called the lower half of the bracket, the side with Alabama-Kentucky, the Ricky Bobby bracket. I want to go fast.
Yeah. That's a good way to put it by Dane.
Yes. And we are going to make way for the SEC Radio Network. By the way, we are also your home for the NCAA tournament, I am proud to announce.
Nice.
We are your home for the big dance. We'll also have the selection. Yes. We'll have the selection show on Sunday as well. We've got tournament championship games sprinkled over on Talk Radio, WZZN, as well as right here on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. So you're home for hoops right here is 97.7 ESPN The Zone. And coming up next is the SEC Radio Network. Vanderbilt in Arkansas is next. A big thank you to Conference USA for hosting us the last 2 days. Come on down. See some basketball right here in our own backyard. Thank you, Jordy Arman.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it, and I can't wait to keep watching this basketball. We got an update before we go. 9-8, Sam Houston over FIU.
That'll do it for us here from the VBC. We'll talk to you tomorrow for a little stopgap in between the day session and the night session right here on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. So long, everybody.
You're listening to The Drive with Wes Neighbors and Steve Moulton on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Eagle Masonry and Insulation. It's right there in the name. Eagle is your one-stop shop for block, stone, or brickwork, monument signs, and outdoor kitchens and fireplaces. Eagle also offers the finest craftsmanship and insulation, including fiberglass or spray foam insulation, and of course, insulation removal. Philip Love and his team have years of experience, bringing the region the best in masonry and insulation services. For more information and a quote, visit insulatewitheagle.com or call 256-755-1556. Eagle saves you time. Eagle saves you money. Football season and Bad Daddy's Burger Bar. The perfect combination of good times and great food. This season, score big with one of our chef-inspired expressions of pure burger amazingness. Our delicious burgers are made with premium Angus beef, and you can pair it with one of our signature cocktails or a cold craft beer from our huge selection. Bad Daddy's Burger Bar on the Parkway in Huntsville and our new location at Cliff Farm